There's lessons to be learned in everything, especially in failure. It's a bummer, but that's one of the best ways to learn. It says not quite a 1/4 inch of rain. No, right at a 1/4 inch of rain. It's too early to do math. Howdy folks, my name's Reagan. Welcome back to the GWP Homestead. It is a beautiful morning here in Kentucky. The temperature finally broke a little bit, I guess, enough for me to wear long sleeves. So I'm gonna call it a good morning so far. I'm out here with our son this morning and our garden cat, apparently. We gotta check on all the critters, check on the goats, chickens, and all that. We got a problem with the goats getting out. You know how they do that. They're little escape artists, but we got a spot down here. Just come with me. You know, we got to take care of it. Just come along. So here on our farm, we usually run our goats in 2 groups. We have one group that's usually a bachelor group that includes our buck and his little, weather friends. Right now, that's a breeding group for a couple of our does. We put them in this pasture in the morning, and the other girls go back there in that electric fence that you can kind of see. But all of our fences are just absolutely atrocious, and we're working on fixing that. In the back of this field here, where the boys go, there's shall we say, a gate that is less than secure. And yesterday, they all found their way out and made their way to the neighbor's place. We don't need our goats getting out. I mean, they weren't hurting anything. They're all sweethearts, but we don't need that. We've been tripping over this log here that I cut and used for something. I don't even remember what, but it's been here, and I haven't wanted to move it. That's how we're going to fix our gate. Eventually, we'll fix it like we're supposed to, but not today. Every once in a while, I guess a man ought to try and hurt himself. Test his back out or something. This is going about like I expected it to, so we gotta go.
My dad's over there carrying a big log. I ain't carry that much. I ain't going to.
Jeez. One thing about using something that's covered in ants is it's covered in ants. It's a mess back here. It's a mess. We're gonna lean this thing up against the gate. I gotta walk it over here though. There's the log. Here's the gate. Here's the log. That's the post. There's the hole. Oop, gotta go backwards on the camera. Okay. This is the best fix I could do before work in the morning. So, fingers crossed. And now we can walk back to the barn through our freshly wet field.
I'm gonna miss that log.
Are you? Yeah. You're gonna miss that log? I am not. I'm tired of tripping over it. Eventually it'll become firewood, but for today we need it for something else. So goats hate rain. And usually if we know it's gonna rain, or if we know it's gonna rain in the morning or midday-ish sometime, we just leave them in the barn. We hate leaving them in the barn, especially during the summer, because then we're feeding them hay. We're gonna be getting some more rain around lunchtime today. It's not worth the trouble of trying to get them out and then put them back up, because Megan's gonna be doing that and she's got 3 kids in tow. We're not doing that. No.
I got it. That one.
Problemo. Good gravy. That's a wrap. Why is it always something, I swear? Would you rather it be a rat or a snake? I don't know. You can walk over here by my foot, homeboy. And so yes, the trash can does have a lid, but apparently we forget to put it on sometimes. I tell you, there's always something. Hey, son?
I'll catch it.
I'm gonna do it over the top, so we gotta get him out of here. We don't need this boy loose with all the girls yet. Like everybody's doing good this morning. Got a few wethers in here. All our does. One doeling, which, I mean, she's the biggest of the bunch right there, but she's been on her mama's milk the longest. Oh, I know, you're stubborn. So the reason Benji gets put out and all the other girls stay up, it's not because we like him less. We have that little shelter that Megan built, and it's just enough for, a goat to get out of the rain. Just get him out of there. He's not pestering the girls all day. It's really just the way things work best. Because right now he's in rut. He's been tending to 2 girls. I really want to minimize their exposure to him right now if I can help it. He's a very pushy boy with one thing on his mind. running of the birds. Let's go check on the garden. I'm really excited about the garden right now. Let's go check on it. And another thing, what do you think of my Father's Day present? Because I'm pretty excited. This is our new logo Megan cooked up for us. I got to get my head down in the frame. Tall guy problems. But we found a lady local who can do patches and stuff on these nice Richardson hats, and they are. I'm really excited. I haven't got to wear it much because it's a nice hat, and I don't want to like shoveling the barn out in it. But I'm really excited. And if you think that this is something you might be interested in buying, let us know down in the comments, because we're thinking about doing some merch type stuff. You know, I'm trying to feel official, right? We know at least a few people who would be interested in something like that. So if you would be too, let us know, because we're trying to gauge interest and see if it's going to be worth our time. No pressure at all. We're just incredibly thankful for you watching our videos. It really does mean the world to us. So this little tour is just as much for my benefit as it is for yours. I want to be able to look back on this video and say, hey, in August, this is what the first year garden looks like. We can see how far we've come.
That's cute.
So even 6 weeks ago, none of this looked like this, Keaton. I'm going to pan right in front of you, okay? Can you go ahead and move? Boop, 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 boop. Thank you, buddy. These tomatoes are now huge and bushy. I mean, they're not real tall yet, and the tomatoes are having a hard time ripening. We've got some okra over there, but we finally have a few of these Romas that are getting red, and the way, you know, the heat has been, they're probably ready to pick. We've got a couple of cherry tomatoes that are doing great.
Can I pick one?
Not right now, buddy. We built our tomato cages out of bamboo, zip ties, and a few screws. Ooh, that is a huge okra. I haven't been down here to pick in a few days, and that okra has gotten out of control. Yeah, we built our tomato cage out of this because I ran out of T-post stakes.
Let's pick it.
Give me a minute, bub. And we make do with what we got. But if it was good enough for Ann of all trades, then it's good enough for us.
Let's make it. Look at that okra. That okra's so big. I think it's ready to pick, and
you think it's ready to pick?
yeah,
you are correct.
And I'm ready to eat it.
Are you? I do have a pocket knife.
And
my daddy taught me that this was just about the most important thing a man could carry in his pocket.
Yeah, my friend too.
Yep.
Is that a small one?
No, that's a pretty good size one right there.
That one?
That's a huge one.
I think I'm ready to pick that one right now.
Yeah, that one got a little large.
Yeah, the whole family can eat that one. I think I'm gonna show. Can we show Sissy how big that one is?
Yeah. Hey, why don't you pull your shirt out just like that? You can carry the vegetables like that. Yeah, that's perfect right there, buddy. Don't show your belly off to the camera. All right, come here.
Yeah.
Okra, okra, okra.
We got a lot of okra.
We got a lot of okra, don't we?
Yeah. Okay.
Bloop.
Thanks.
Yep, you're a little garden carrier. And over here in this bed, look what has finally decided to grow.
That's even cute.
These cucumbers have given us a fit. This plant wasn't even growing a few weeks ago, and then all of a sudden it takes off. We got a cucumber. It's covered up in blooms. I wasn't expecting this. Even a few weeks ago, I thought, you know what, this is kind of a lost year. We've learned some lessons, which, you know, if you're not gonna, there's lessons to be learned in everything, especially in failure. It's a bummer, but that's one of the best ways to learn. So don't be discouraged if you fail. Treat it as an opportunity to learn something and get better. I just found some more okra too. Goodness.
It's the cucumber.
You got a big one in there.
Oh, that's a big one.
Mm-hmm. We even got these big old bell peppers in here. I'm gonna leave them on there just a little bit longer.
Look, there's one on the floor.
I'm gonna throw up some footage of the other day when we picked a whole bunch of these big bell peppers off of here because, again, it just happened. We bought this dirt from a local hardware building supply store, just topsoil, and I'm pretty sure, my guess is that whenever we just purchased it, you know, they run that stuff through so many grinders and screens, it just stripped all the good soil microbes and everything that, you know, dirt is a living thing. Soil is a living thing. It's got all kinds of stuff living in it, stuff that we can't even see. And that stuff interacts with plants' roots, and that's what, you know, when these plants are pulling carbon out of the air, they're then exchanging that carbon with the dirt. And they pump carbon into the soil, exchange for phosphorus, nitrogen, other trace elements. And I think that over time, you know, we gave these guys just a shot of Miracle-Gro, and that was enough maybe just to give them a jump start. And now they're doing really good. And I think just having the plants in here, even a few weeds in here that we don't want, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It's making our soil healthier. And then this fall, our plan is to finish the rest of our beds off. We're going to top them with some compost that has been composting from our goats. just really thankful. My dad was a gardener, and he was a really good one. My dad was a really good gardener, and I didn't think to learn from him. I remember going out pulling weeds and stuff, but I didn't really have an interest in gardening. And now that I'm trying to do it, there are so many questions that I wish I could ask him, and I just can't. And so this is just a really cool. It's really cool to be able to see this stuff kind of work. My wife and I and my kids, our family's working on together. It's a big accomplishment, and I'm just really thankful for the opportunity to get out here and work.
Yeah, this smell fresh.
It might just end up being our greatest accomplishment, or maybe me personally, if I can figure out how to do this. And I'm not doing it by myself. I've got plenty of resources. I have friends who are good gardeners, but it's just going to be a really big deal to me if we can get this going. And I'm feeling a lot better about it today than I was a few weeks ago. So thank you so much for walking around the farm this morning, doing some of our morning chores with me and my son. Really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. It means the world to us that you spend any amount of your time watching our videos and keeping up with our family. I truly cannot thank you enough. My name's Reagan.
I'm Keaton.
This is the GWP Homestead. See y'all soon.